Hey everybody, it's Jeff Williams with your Grand Lake Outdoor Report. Good to be back with you. The folks over at KGVE, the new ownership there, has asked me to start doing the outdoor report again. So we came to an agreement that I would try to send some reports in on Wednesdays, so folks coming to the lake that were getting ready to fish over the weekend would have some information. We're going to be talking about hunting and fishing, just like we did in the with the old outdoor report when it was sponsored by my company, Outdoor Brands. So you're going to get a lot of cool information, and hopefully I can figure out all this technology that I can record some conversations, and then I'll have some special guests with me from time to time doing the report, like my boys that guide here on the lake. And just kind of glad to be back with you. If you missed the outdoor report on KGVE, you can always listen to it. We are going to have it uploaded at the grandfishingreport.com Facebook group and the grandfishingreport.com website, so you can listen to it there if you're not around the area to hear the report. So for those of you that need a little bit of history lesson on the outdoor report, the Grand Lake Fishing Report started years ago by Lee Jeffrey for KGVE, and he ran the report for a long time. And then we did the outdoor report for several years and broadened it out into hunting and fishing. And anyway, I've got time to do one report a week now, and it looks like KGVE is going to run them at 7:45 a.m., 7:45 a.m., 4:45 p.m., and a new slot sometimes in the evening around 8 o'clock. So anyway, they're wanting to get this outdoor report out to a lot of their listeners because there is a lot of people that listen to this. So good to be back with you. Let's talk a little bit about fishing. Now let's talk about one of everybody's favorite fish here on Grand Lake, that is crappie fishing. And I tell you what, the crappie fishing is excellent right now. If you have a fish finder and a marker buoy and you can get out and find some brush, you can cast a crappie kicker or a go-go minnow out into some brush piles and pick off some fish. You might want to try some minnows if you like fishing with slip bobbers and minnows. You can cast some slip bobbers out into those brush piles. Most of the fish are coming from about 12 to 18 foot deep, and one of the highlights that we have going on about crappie fishing here on Grand Lake is we have a tremendous amount of short fish, fish from 4 to 5 inches. We're going to have crappie for many years, and a lot of them here at Grand Lake. I know a lot of people that are catching just some brush piles. They just have to leave because there's so many short fish in those piles right now. So you might want to try the new Bait Boss circle hook from Flea Fly. If you get sick of gut hooking your crappie and you want something that's a little bit different, you want to be able to consistently hook those fish in the sides of the mouth and the top of the mouth, that light wire circle hook we released last year is one of everybody's favorites. It's called a Bait Boss, and it comes in a number 1 and a number 2. And we'll move on to the white bass, guys. The white bass fishing is great. You know, if you got a little bit of wind, it can be better. In the evenings, it's excellent. Governor's Island, Snake Island, Goat Island, the 5th and Boston Point, the mouth of Courthouse Hollow, all the islands out around Sailboat, Patricia Island are all great places to go trolling, cast a go-go minnow, cast a rattle trap, cast a crankbait, and the white bass fishing is really good. If you have some wind, this is the time of the year when those fish start to move up shallow, and you can also catch them on some topwater lures like a Zara Puppy is one of my favorites to throw at topwater white bass. So trolling is really good, and the casting for them is really good. Catfishing is excellent. Got really good reports from Twin Bridges down to Three Fingers. Guys using the fiber nuggets, catching blue cats and channel cats. Guys are drifting out here on the main lake. I can see from my house, I can see the 5th and Boston Point. I can see the shallow island out here on the east side of Shangri-La. So I see a lot of people fishing for catfish in those areas, and I can look down and see Patricia Island, and I see people drift fishing down there. The point at Shangri-La is great. Start out in about 40 foot of water and drift your way up into about 20 foot of water, and those blue cats will tell you what depth they're at, and you just kind of, keep repeating that with some shad. 8/0 double action hook is my favorite from Team Catfish. And I don't know a whole lot about the bass. The bass fishermen around here just lock their information up like Fort Knox, so you can't ever get anybody to tell you anything about a bass. But from traditional, from traditional patterns this time of year, 10-inch, like a culprit style, purple worm, purple silver, purple black, half-ounce jigs, football head jigs would be great in the brush piles, and topwater bite should be excellent early in the morning and evening in shallow points alongside docks. Crankbaits resemble bluegill alongside docks would be a good choice right now. So traditional bass patterns here that you've caught fish on at Grand Lake. The water's really clear right now, about 82 degrees normal. It's clear all over the whole lake. I took a boat ride yesterday from Port Arthur up by Aspinwall, and we drove all the way to Duck Creek. So we had a big long boat ride in the Charger VMAG yesterday. There was a lot of people out waving, so if I saw you out there and I waved to you, it's good to see you fishing on Grand Lake. And that's one of the best things about Grand Lake is the awesome people that we have here. Bow fishing is on fire right now. I really want to thank the people that do the bow fish and help us manage the rough fish resource we have in the lake, because when you think about it, there is nothing out there that's going to eat a 20-pound gar or a 20-pound buffalo or a 20-pound carp, and these guys are helping us manage that rough fish resource. So if you see a bow fisherman, thank them, because they are definitely helping us relieve some of the pressure of some of those rough fish that we have here on the lake. There's so many of them. That's no wonder that the bow fishermen do good. And there's not much going on the spoonbill, even though I saw Tommy Vaughn had caught some the other day. I don't know how he managed to get those caught, but Tommy had a post on Facebook about catching some spoonbill, believe it or not. So anyway, that's my fishing report. Again, I'm Jeff Williams, and I'm really glad that you're tuning in to the Grand Lake Outdoor Report. We're going to try to have this running Thursday, Friday, and through the weekend on KGVE, and then you'll be able to listen to it at grandfishingreport.com Facebook group. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you later.